My name is Jim Ianson, CEO of the Oncam Global Group. Oncam Global's advanced technologies and our unique approach to total security enhance the detection of potentially threatening events in the security and liability protection markets. The Oncam IP360-degree 5-megapixel camera provides constant high-resolution coverage of an area with no blind spots using a single fisheye lens. Motion tracking via up to 4 simultaneous virtual cameras, or VCAMs, with pan, tilt, zoom capabilities, and no moving parts, makes it an ideal covert component of a total security solution. You are now seeing a typical image layout generated from an Oncam IP360-degree camera. It gives us a fisheye and panorama view, plus a composite of the 4 images generated by the VCAMs. Notice how the VCAMs in the lower right simultaneously follow separate moving objects as the panoramic view continues to capture the entire area. We can zoom in on these objects to obtain more detail as needed, live or during playback. The Oncam IPZoom camera is an enhancement to our standard IP360-degree cameras and has a unique ability to point a high-resolution, co-located PTZ camera anywhere within the 360-degree panorama or fisheye views by simply pointing and clicking on the activity of interest. In effect, the IPZoom camera enables the PTZ to have an infinite number of presets with the ability to automatically track activity, such as a suspicious person walking through a secured area. Here, we're showing a standard IPZoom layout with a panoramic image at the top, a fisheye image in the bottom left, and a high optical zoom PTZ camera image in the bottom right. The IPZoom camera is a key subsystem supporting Oncam Global's SATIV approach to providing total security solutions. 360-degree surveillance, acquisition of potential breaches, tracking activity associated with a breach, high-resolution visual interrogation of the breach, and verification that the breach is real. Let's take a look at how the Oncam IPZoom enhances the SATIV process with a simple scenario. Surveillance is continuous, 24/7. In this scenario, we're monitoring a street with parking in front of an office building. While surveilling the area with our Oncam panoramic and fisheye views, we're watching for any suspicious events that fit our threat profile, such as unusual behavior, objects in places they shouldn't be, objects removed that should be there, or any other unusual changes to our environment. If suspicious activity is identified, we can then acquire that threat by clicking on the object in question. In this scenario, we see that there are 2 individuals walking down the street, and now one of them appears to be looking into the parked cars, which is suspicious. We spotted the unusual behavior with the Oncam IP360 camera, and to get detailed information, let's click on his image to activate our co-located IP PTZ camera. Notice how the high-res PTZ camera automatically moves to the area we've selected and zooms in to provide more detail. We've acquired the suspect with the PTZ camera. We can now track his movements by zooming in for even more detail, while at the same time not losing sight of the entire area. Now our suspect seems to have particular interest in one car. Let's visually interrogate our suspect further. See how we can zoom in to observe more detail, noting that it is an adult male wearing a black shirt and red baseball cap, and detail about the car, a black Jeep Wrangler with its top down. Note also that we are still observing the other suspect on the fisheye and panoramic views. While our PTZ camera is focused on the first suspect, we see that he appears to have signaled the other suspect with a quick nod. Let's get a better look at this person by redirecting the PTZ camera. The PTZ camera is now panning towards and zooming in on the other suspect. We can see that she is clearly aware of the first suspect and that she is wearing a bright pink tank top and a green headband. Now the 2 images have come together as the driver stops to pick up the female. All views contain the 2 suspects. As we watch the car pull away, let's pan, tilt, and zoom in to acquire the license plate number. With this information, we can interrogate even further to verify whether a crime has occurred. Without additional information, this scenario could end here. We could call the police, or we could do nothing. Which action would be the right action? We don't know yet. Oncam is able to take this process a crucial step further. By integrating technologies, we can attempt to verify what we've seen and determine whether or not a crime took place. If so, we call the police. If not, we do nothing, saving time and resources. For example, now that we have the license plate number, we may be able to check it against available vehicle information databases. In this scenario, the owner of the car has been identified from our employee database. Within minutes of the suspected crime, we can call the owner of the car to gather more information. There are two likely outcomes in this simplified scenario. One, the employee answers the phone and verifies that they are currently in their car or they are aware of its use. Or two, that the car has been stolen. If the car is accounted for, the threat is verified as false and no further action is required. However, if the car is unaccounted for, the threat is confirmed and the police are called. Not only has very little time elapsed, but we have a verified crime with details of the suspect and the car, including its last known direction of travel, increasing the chance of recovery. With the Oncam IPZoom capabilities enhancing the SATIV process, security professionals can be confident that based on observation and verification, they are taking the appropriate measured response. When the Oncam IPZoom camera is combined with a co-located PTZ camera, the benefits of 360-degree surveillance and high-resolution visual interrogation are immediately and simultaneously available, enhancing any total security solution architected by Oncam Global.